you are?
Kia ora, my name's Daytona Te Awarehe Taputu.
Wow, that's a great name. Wow. Is that a traditional name or family name or kinship?
My traditional name is Te Awarehe, so that was my grandfather's name, and it was passed down to me. So I'm the only person within my family now that has this name today, and my family name is Taputu.
Wow, great. And did you live in this area?
No, I grew up in a small place called Ruatahuna, out in the bush, the woodland area. When I was 17, I moved here to Rotorua to learn my genealogy on this side.
And with your genealogy, studying your genealogy, did that inspire you to want to become a carver and come to the Institute?
Before I even moved here, I started carving when I was 12 years old. I was introduced to it by my uncle when I was in primary school, and from then right up until now I haven't stopped carving, along with my little brother as well, who has graduated from the Institute.
So what does coming to the Institute mean? Obviously it was a family tradition that you carve, but what happens here that's special?
So I had to apply twice to get into this school, and the main reason why I wanted to come here is because it's one of the most prestigious carving schools in New Zealand, and it's on high demand for every carver that's coming through the ranks, through school and through even university as well. So why I wanted to come here was learn more of the restoration side to carving, because we have so many meeting houses around New Zealand that are starting to rot because they're over 100 years old. And because we name our meeting houses after ancestors, it's not a good sight to see them start falling apart. And I also came here to upskill in carving too.
Now, what kind of curriculum do they have, or how do you start out as an early carver? In other words, do you move through like apprenticeships? Or
so the 3 years you spend here is like an apprenticeship, but before you even start, you have to go through job interview phases. You bring in your art portfolio, the CV, and you also have to bring in your genealogy as well. One major part that you have to have within to get into the school is links to a Māori ancestor, because the school only takes males and people that link to a Māori ancestor. And when you get accepted, you go into the Institute, and then your first year you start off with all the hard stuff first. So you start off with all your 3-dimensional carvings right up to your second year, and then you go into more of the easy side, which is 2-dimensional carvings. And most of the 2-dimensional carvings within New Zealand are all tribal styles. So there are over 10 well-known tribal styles within the Institute, and with all the swamps being unearthed today, there are new ones being discovered today. And through your whole second year, that's what you do. You learn every single tribal style and design within New Zealand.
Everyone?
Yeah. Because if someone calls you from a certain tribe, you have to know their tribal style, and then you can give it back to the tribe once you're done. And moving into your third year, you go into more of the intricate side of carving with hardwood, such as maire and rata. They're two of the most hardest woods that come through the Institute, but you also have kānuka and manuka as well, which hardly ever come through the school.
And are those native to New Zealand and to your own culture? Are those the trees and the wood that would have been used?
Yeah, so every tree that grows within New Zealand, we only use native wood, but the only reason we will use native wood is because we're not really sure if wood from overseas can get inside. Yeah, but we only stick to tōtara, kauri, and sometimes we'll use remu as well, but the main two are tōtara and kauri for large scale projects. And we'll use a technique called lamination now. So you're using different types of wood, laminating them together, and it's stronger. The main reason why we don't use a single piece of wood nowadays is because we don't cut our native trees down unless they fall down naturally. That's why we don't really have good access to single pieces of wood these days.
Now, here in front of the Institute, there's some beautiful, beautiful work. Have you worked on any of these? And do people do work collectively or individually?
So on the back one here, I got to help out with that in my first year. So this took over 9 months to complete, and it had over 5 students and 2 tutors on coming to the front one. I got to participate on that as well, where they had 3 graduate carvers and 1 master carver. So that took 8 months to finish. But these 2 here are going to Gallipoli to commemorate the Anzacs that fought in World War One.
They're going to Gallipoli.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're supposed to be standing up in Anzac Cove, but because of ISIS getting into Turkey now, they told us to hold on to them.
So these are going to be, so your work goes worldwide.
Yeah, so carvers are in high demand around the world at the moment. And recently our exhibition went to Washington, to the Smithsonian, and then they packed it up and the group took it over to Los Angeles, where they just came back last week.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So
You're
the
part of it.
expo next year will be going to Japan.
Now, in this beautiful, beautiful work, it's so intricate and complicated and beautiful. Are there stories or are there legacies? What kind of stories do they tell?
So even on the back one here, so you have one side of it and then you have another, but the back one represents the war of World War One. That's why it has warriors on the front of it. And then you come to the back one, we have our God of Peace down the bottom. His name is Rongo Mātani. And then all the designs you see right up to the top represent the calm that came after the war. That's why you see many little faces in it of the people.
So this is both a war memorial and a peace memorial.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you can't have war without peace, so that's why we put them both together.
So, and all these would be traditional images of your God and of both warrior as well as God of peace. It's really stunning. I realize there's construction going on there, but where do you, so have you moved here until you finish your program?
So I moved here when I was 17,
I see.
but I'm 26 now, so I've made a living for myself here and now I live here permanently now.
And will you take your skills, or do you want to teach here or continue to be affiliated with the Institute?
When I graduate, I want to carry on learning, so I believe, to me, I'm a student right up to my end days. But the main goal for me is to learn restoration carving and then go back to my hometown and teach everyone there, the ones that are interested in the art, and so they can carry it on to the next generation. That's our main focus as carvers. We have to give it to the next generation so it's not lost in the later years to come.
So you might potentially be going all over New Zealand, but also going home. I want to thank you. It was a wonderful summary. Thank you so much.
Thank you.